Hello everyone, a quick little thing before we start. It is today another day where I'm trying to do something where I shouldn't be doing anything. I should still be on vacation, but you know me, I'm addicted to the grind. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. If you do like what you see here, etc., of course, like, comment, subscribe, and I do hope to see you guys soon. Let's continue on with this. Today we're talking about Hades' Mythos. She joined with Poseidon and Zeus back in the day, and she's been there for a while, part of Mythos HQ. There was an issue that happened a while back, a couple of months back, that I covered. It was actually several weeks back, but I had covered this when it first happened. She had her second anniversary along with Poseidon. Poseidon was celebrated, etc., with, you know, the full rundown of merch and things like that. She was forgotten, and that's where she says, heck, I'm going to say it, hurts to watch your own agency not even acknowledge you for the second year anniversary, which got me a little bit heated. When it happened, it got a little bit heated. And guess what she decided to do after that? She went to her PL, Hilo. The reason why I'm talking about this is you're going to be seeing this very soon. She went to her PL, Hilo, was like, hey guys, how you doing? This is me. Not going to let you know exactly who I am, but those who know, know. If you know, then you know. If not, then when I debut, you're going to find out. More official posts with important links for everyone. Hello, I'll be returning to streaming on February 1st. I have made a new YouTube, which is linked below, and I will resume streaming activities in a priority there. So, but we'll still do dual streams on Twitch. So this is what she's doing. Reason why I'm saying it is this. It has been decided that she is going to be graduating. You know, when it comes to graduations, and it is due to a negative situation that happened in the agency, I will be one of those people that'd be like, yep, I'm going to tell you their PL, because guess what? I want them to be found, and I'm pretty sure they want to be found too. And it is due to the previous management of it. Trey Legacy, if I believe that's the full name of the person, is taking control of the reins now. No one has an issue with Trey taking control of the reins. In fact, people are hoping that Trey is able to fix a lot of the issues that Mythos had. Mythos had a lot of issues. I've been criticizing them in the past about it. People didn't like me for criticizing them in the past about it. But you know me, I'm a loudmouth mofo, and I don't stop even when people hate me. It says, with deep gratitude and a heavy heart, we announce that Hades has made the decision to not to resign and will be graduating from Mythos as of the company enters its new chapter. Mythos fully respects and supports her decision in the choice that she's made and wishes her nothing but the very best in all her future endeavors. This is how you know Trey Legacy is the one who wrote this, more than likely. Hades was one of the original talents who debuted in 2023 and has contributed something truly unique to Mythos. Her passion and creativity helped shape our community and created countless unforgettable moments. Definitely did. We are thankful for everything she has shared with us throughout her time in Mythos. Farewell streams will continue by January 27th, 2026. Any merchandise under the Hades brand will no longer be available for purchase on the same date. We kindly ask you for your understanding and support during this time, so get it before, of course, everything finishes. And, you know, do not contact the talents, that type of thing. So people are like, Hilo, the actual PL sent, the PL of Hades, sent a lot of love. I mean, Quinley from SVA, Poseidon wishing you the best, Blushy VT, Alien Mixture wishing you nothing but the best. Continuing on there, of course, because positivity is what you need to do in these times. And we have Hades herself putting something out. Hello everyone, I'm writing to announce that I will be graduating from Mythos and the Vtuber Hades. My last stream as Hades will be the 27th of Twitch, and the 1st is when you're going to be seeing them on Hilo. This was not an easy decision to make, and I want to say it wasn't made based on any faults with Mythos as a company or its management. I have known Trey for a long time, and I have a lot of faith in him, and I look forward to seeing how Mythos grows. Mythos will grow with Trey. I'm almost positive of that. To my breadsticks, I'm sorry I couldn't hang in there for you. This isn't goodbye forever, as I will exist somewhere else as a VTuber, so I hope you come find me. Please take care, everyone. My wish is for them to continue to do the amazing work that they already do, which is why I've shown you who they're going to be, which is Hilo. I hope you can support them there as well. First State's Production is the one that we're talking about today. Who are they? The EN branch is the one I'm talking about. They have Ravanus, Avalum, and their newest generation. They have tons of generations in there, and they have been doing really, really well. They were established for reality studios. They're doing their own thing right now. We're talking about Nix Voltaire. Nix Voltaire was a member of their one of their generations there. And they did a really, really great job doing everything. I know it. I've seen it. Everyone who knows him knows it. And he did a very emotional plea. There was a very emotional plea in regards to everything seeming to be lost or get soon to be lost. A lot of bad things happening in the background for he knew, he kind of had an idea that he was going to get taken out, that he was going to get fired because he wasn't able to make a certain show. There were other things behind the scenes. He cleared it up before they started trying to say things that were going to be trying to say too many negative things, I think, in the most part. And here is where they mentioned that he was going to have his contract terminated. That was a hit to anybody who was a First Stage Production EN fan, a Nix Voltaire fan, a fan of his generation. All of that didn't come as a surprise necessarily, but it was a shocker. It absolutely was a shocker. Now, next thing they popped up doing, as you can see, some people really didn't like, some things that they were doing. Recently, they said regarding fan letters and presents to our former talent, Nix Voltaire, we received multiple inquiries regarding the status of letters and birthday gifts after making several attempts to reach Nix. Again, I don't get why, just really short aside here, I don't get why this company seems to really want to hit Nix every single time they get the chance to. I think it has to do with the culture of, where the management is from, where they're from, the kind of cultural differences. And they seem to have taken it personally, that in my personal opinion, just an opinion here, they seem to have taken it personally. Someone in management took it personally that he wasn't doing everything exactly the way that they wanted him to, or they prescribed it to him, and that kind of got them in a tizzy. Since we were recently able to establish contact, however, at this time we have not yet received a response from him regarding this matter. Again, doing another slight there. As a result, we have sent out the letters and presents to the address on record. Please note that we cannot confirm whether they are accepted or received. We kindly ask that no new letters or presents be sent to the office, etc. The problem that people had, as I mentioned, was that people were like, why are you deciding to make a sudden slight at him again? So I hope you can improve. Don't blame 100% the liver next time, since money seems to be all that matters. I'll take my time to think carefully about whether I still want to give you my money or not. Thanks for the news. Faye says, love the way you keep deflecting the blame onto him, like he had anything to do with this. Poor management on your part and lack of transparency has led to this. Address the refunds because your fans deserve to know when they get their money back. Once again, blaming him for the communication issues when this took a month. Like I said, why did they immediately just go, we're having issues contacting him. It's his fault if his stuff doesn't get to where it needs to be. So don't blame us, type of thing. That is what they're trying to do. They blamed him before. Like, this whole thing here was blaming him. They just did the part, the pinpointing thing, kind of nijisanji-esque in the way that they did it. They made this document to try to hit him negatively. The community saw it for what it was. And they didn't like it. Once again, blaming him for the communication issues when this took a month. This is the most lackluster and dismissive response you could have given. You do not inspire trust. And it goes on and on. This is an outright lie. He's been attempting to get in contact this entire time. You all stonewalled him. Now address the refunds you've blatantly ignored. And of course, if they don't do refunds, you can always do chargebacks. It becomes annoying. I do understand that part. But it is, it is something that you can do at the very end. Continuing here, please learn better. I don't know who's in charge, but do better. I urge you to understand the power of an apology, because when you apologize and take accountability for your actions, people will most likely forgive and forget more in replies. And continuing here, according to the simple marketing terminology, fans are sources. As a corporation, you do realize that important it is to make sure you're satisfying your consumers. Absolutely. You need to satisfy the consumers. What not shabberly necessary, what a strange company that cannot admit their faults and instead wish to deflect it onto someone else. Not to mention how long it took to actually pull a response out of your butt. So yeah, a lot of people were getting angry at this. Yeah, considering it took, a month to let fans know their inquiries have been received, or even being received. I don't think your previous talent is the one with communication issues here. Are we going to have to wait another month for you to address the refunds? Yeah, people were like, oh god, here we go. The one that I showed last time, oh brother, this guy stinks. A lot of people were getting very frustrated with them, rightfully so. I do hope that the people who wanted refunds get the refunds. I do hope Nix Voltaire gets the opportunity to do the content that he wants to do in whatever new form he takes, because the community does love him and they will be waiting for him. Something absolutely popped off in the VTuber community. This is a response from Pause to this original message here. Some VTubers really should have hired a designer, and it shows. I'm talking about professional design. Please, it makes such a difference. It's worth the money. If this is a hobby for you, no shame. But if you want a professional, please hire a professional. Limited space and forgot people to just assume things. Not talking about models. Not talking about getting better numbers. Literally just want to see better designs than Cat Girl in a hoodie for the 1,000th time. Literally started with the handmade assets in Vroid. Also, please don't spend 1K on a model starting out. Design is good, but it's not worth it if you drop it in a couple weeks. Exactly. Know first that you're going to be doing it for a long run, and then go for it. Pause responded to this. This is the main one that I showed you before. It says be fill-in, boost model. Be Neuro, VTube Studio default, and it's a similar design. Be top VTuber voted by the masses, a peanut with IRL eyes and lips. Countless others use pre-made booth models with the same generic design and are highly successful, have made a career out of it. I love a good design. I think it can help give you a boost to an already existing brand and also pleasant on the eyes. However, a good design will never fix all the issues with your content. Issues that people care about and far more. And at the very end of the day, as many of the top creators have said, we all start with barely anything. If you can't afford a designer, don't let it stop you from pursuing your dream of doing your best. 07. It's true over the past 5 years, I've spent hundreds in channels, and I've looked at incredibly amazing OCs, spent time on hundreds of channels, and looked at amazing OCs to gain traction, and it really confused me. More often than not, the reason becomes clear after just a few minutes of watching their content. That's the thing, just my opinion, it is, weighing in on this. As a tiny VTuber myself, personality means a lot. Personality is what grabs me as a VTuber watcher. That's what grabs me. People kept continuing here after this was said. It says, I'm a kit-based model from hell. I'm on that boost swag. No designer, just one hell of an asset creator by the name of that. I have made these outfits. Got to start somewhere, and it's time to think. Time is the one thing that's hurting my content. So people here are saying Befitting is an a-hole online and prior to model, has shady mod. So you'll see in the others. I'm showing you the other side. It says be peanut. And then negative things there. Be Neuro, energetic community, nice group flow, has a decent creative basis. The only one out of the 3 that they say good things about. Comrade Dell says be fill-in makes up by being entertaining, using mocap and a high production value on how she looks at the model. Also friends in high places. Neuro production value alone, not to mention the entertainment factor or the dynamic with Beetle. Literally made her appearance a non-factor. Nobody's there because of how Neuro looks. Yeah, it's all the swarm is there because Neuro is Neuro. Neuro is unpredictable. Neuro is more fun than a lot of IRL streamers, myself included. I include myself in the not so fun part. There's more fun than a lot of people out there. Peanut literally just friends in high places. Point is, do not forget that VTubing is high school. You can have the fanciest model in existence and with actual professional design behind it, and you will never ever reach anything beyond small moderate size without having friends in high places and clout that comes with it, or be hot IRL and flesh posts all the time. It seems to work too. Focus on being actually entertaining, which is why Filian and Neuro are the top dogs despite not having a professional design model, because again, the model becomes meaningless after a certain point, certain factors. Be interesting and don't produce the same slop content the bigger content creators can get away with, because they already have a bunch of simps who will watch anything at all. Do that and maybe someone big will notice you and adopt you. If you're going to do exactly that same thing as someone big does with no variation of your own personality, flair, etc., why the F should anyone watch you instead of a big creator your copy? And I agree with that. That's why I have made some changes myself. I've added a little bit more flair, a little bit more of my own stuff in there because, well, I mean, I can be reading the same stuff as someone else, but it's me reading it. And hopefully people come around for me to read it. And that is, that makes a difference eventually. And it says another one, the last one I'm going to write is I generally think that most people should start out with their own design, free models, etc. I mean, I started with a $20 PNG, and then I moved on to Vroid and more after that. Helps you appreciate the craft a lot more because you have to learn how to grow and adapt. And actually, I created my first design in Vroid myself. Generally, your design model is only 50% of the viewer's attention reason they like you. Yeah, that's why even faceless channels can do well if you have a good personality. That makes or breaks it. The personality. That's my last word on the whole thing. But yeah, this thing all caused a whole big stir. People on both sides saying, personality matters a lot, and then, but having a good model can also help you out as well. People on both sides, thinking whichever way is the right way to be. And that's why I like the places like Twitter. You can have these conversations. This will be a little bit of a short one, but a good one. This is Korone. Korone is part of Holo Gamers. It was a generation created by Hololive between, I believe, Gen 1 and Gen 2. They were going to be specifically just for gaming, because back then, Hololive did more idol-related work. They still are doing it now, but they did more idol-related work. With Gen 0, they were more like little skits and things like that. Hololive Gamers was the first generation of Hololive specifically tailored just to gaming. And they were there with Korone, which is the person that I'm showing you right now. And Korone, if you remember correctly, they went and were, dealing with family, helping family out, things like that. And they were away for a bit. They said that they were going to be going away for a bit. They were going to just take care of that side of things. Well, they've decided that they are coming back. This is just looking at some other things that she has here. She has decided, and other people, of course, are really raring to see her again. Here, I'll be heading back soon, okay? A lot of people here. I'm coming back soon. You hear me? Yay, waiting for it. Koro-san, welcome back. A lot of people with the dances there. A lot of people having fun. Woof, woof, woof. Got it 07, I'll wait for you. And just, before I move on to anything else, we do have some merch that she is putting out there. A sample for the Puppet Korone plush keychain has arrived. Goofy face is super cute. Can't wait for everyone to attach it to their bags. So there's going to be something new with a Korone besides her coming back. Very glad for the fans of Korone Koroneski, I believe it's called, for them actually being able to get her to come back, to have her come back on her terms and have her bring her fun and energy that she always brings to the table. Akai Hato, or Haachama, is a VTuber with Hololive, the first generation of them, with Yosara Mel, Aki Rosenthal, Natsuru Matsuri, and Shirakami Fubuki. They all have, in one way, shape, or form, helped form who Haachama is now. She had to take a bit of a break because she had a moment where trolls and haters, etc., got to her. It's not out of the ordinary for that to happen. It can happen to the best of us. And those moments are a good test of how good management is, where they told her she needs to take a break because she needs to just center herself and help herself more than anything. Whether it was for those reasons or not, the fact is Haachama at that point in time needed a break and she took it. Well, as I had mentioned before, they had been scaring the fan base with certain things that have been putting out, kind of almost like a last, it almost felt like a last hurrah from Haachama or Akai Hato. But they have here, Akai Hato is also participating in the Collab Cafe Western The Cooking. Welcome to Machikado Cafe, being held on February 6th, Friday. Reservations currently being accepted. Please check it out from the URL below. And this is this one here, SP Collabo. Collaboration Cafe with the web manga Hollow Earth Days, a side tale, W Westa The Cooking, and Recipe for Happiness from Hollow Earth Alternative. Be held at 4 locations: Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, Hiroshima. Unfortunately, I'm going to be back in the US by that time, Friday, February 6th to Sunday, March 15th. The event period may vary by location, and here it is. They're going to be having there from left to right appears to be Haachama, Flare, Noel, and Watame. They're all going to be there in that collab. Very, very happy that Haachama is getting collabs, because a lot of times when people are on break like this, they don't get the nudge or the nod for a collab like this. My guess is this was already, most of these collabs usually are months ahead of time. So she's like, yeah, I still want to be a part of it, more than likely. Yeah, let's continue with the advertisement, more than likely. And luckily, thanks to that, we do have her here in her own thing. Mori Calliope is a VTuber with Hololive EN Myth. Myth being the first generation of Hololive EN, along with Amida Watson, Takanashi Kiara, Gargura, Nina Mai Inanis. The reason why we're talking about her today is, if you can remember, a while back, it did cause a little bit of a stir with some people, but she was able to get the second opening for Gachiakuta, which is a big showing for VTubers. One of the dreams she had to have an anime opening as one of the things that she had there. It was kind of I want this to come true, but I never think that it will. But thanks to her, it actually did. Thanks to her hard work, she did, and she was able to join a wonderful place like Universal Music Japan and do as much as she does there. A lot of people were very, very happy. Mori Calliope released the insert song from episode 18 of Gachiakuta. She also had another one there where she had an insert song as well. And when the music hits, a lot of people were just being very excited, as I was when it all happened. You all know that I was very excited because, yes, it is Hololive. Yes, you can say she got it because of Hololive. but not just because of that. Hololive doesn't offer these types of things, these huge opportunities, just to anybody. They are people who they know will do a great job in, which a lot of the girls in Hololive would. In fact, all the girls would in one way, shape, or form or another, because they're all hard workers. But Callie is one of the ones out there that actually creates her own music, does her own lyrics, things like that. So she would be a immediate hit with this. She would be perfect for this. And of course, the reason why I'm talking about any of this, why any of this has come out here, is because Oshinoko is dropping a new girl. Mimi Yoshizumi, who is a VTuber, streamer, and cosplayer. Let's take a look at this part here that we can see here.
耳タクコス勢だし加工すごいし
頼むってお前コスアカも結構フォロワー多いし D も納得すると思うんだよ
そもそも耳の仕事なんだと思ってるの絶対声でバレちゃうから
吉住耳俺の妹はコスプレイヤー兼 VTuber
I am glad that VTubing is getting big enough that even it's going, well, it was still a niche. Anime is still a niche, remember that. Anime is still very much a niche, but it's going into more of the normal side of our niches because, remember, VTubing is a niche within a niche. We are a niche within the anime idol subculture, and that makes us less out there. But it's starting to get better. It's starting to get to the point where it does get better. Let's continue on.
VTuber とは 3DCG モデルやライブ 2D 等の技術を用いトラッキングで動きを同期させたアバターで配信量を行うもの全体を指す言葉。大手運営の時価総額は2000億超えをマーク。メタバース市場の中でも注目を集め、一見すれば華々しい業界に見えるが、ムーブメントは成熟期を迎え、現在 VTuber の総数は1万超え。明らかに飽和したマーケットだ。
And, I mean, I would have never thought that something like that would happen inside of an anime. Be perfectly honest with you. Never thought that would happen.
ミミの VTuber 名は鈴音小耳。登録者30万。引きこもりでコスプレ配信に夢中になっていた妹の将来が不安になり、当時流行り始めた VTuber になることを僕が勧めた。それから3年間、僕がマネージメントを担当して、毎日のようにゲーム実況に勤しんでいるけれど、知ってるぞお前まだコスプレアカウント稼働してて時々タクコス画像をアップしてるだろうなんで知ってるの兄として当然のことだ剣の
So yeah, this is a show, in my opinion, personal opinion, that with Hololive taking risks like this, it is a risk to put a VTuber out there in an anime, because if you remember, holy moly did a lot of people did not like the fact that she was doing the Gachiakuta, period. A lot of people didn't like it. So it was a risk, but that risk did pay off by putting a little bit more of VTubing into the mainstream, and also Oshinoko putting it out there as well is very good for VTubers overall. This is just my thought, and of course I always want you guys to have your thoughts down below, because sometimes I'm an idiot. Well, more than sometimes I'm an idiot with my thoughts, and what I have and what I think is, you know, something that you guys would want to watch. So let me know everything. Let me know what you guys think. Just be honest with me. As long as it's constructive criticism and it's not just spotting hate for spotting hate's sake, it will still stay there. So thank you guys so much. I always thank you guys so much. You guys are the reason why I keep doing this, and I do appreciate you. Thank you.